Doing this one thing has made changes in my life that I can't even begin to describe. I cannot wait to share that with you today. If you don't know who I am, my name is Max. I'm on a mission to help short men create the life that they deserve by sharing my stories, experiences, and the lessons I've learned along the way. So if you're ready to change your life, this video is for you. The one thing that has changed my life: taking more risks. I know you've probably heard that already, but have you actually tried it? Have you actually applied that principle into your life? This past weekend, I took a huge risk. I went from my hometown, which is Los Angeles, and I took a flight over to Chicago. And I did it for a school community meetup. I'm assuming you know the platform school, a lot of communities and courses and coaching and all that kind of stuff on there, which is also where I got this awesome shirt. And shout out to James from Gent Z. I'll link his channel in the description, but his videos are awesome. Thank you for hosting such an awesome experience. This is something I wouldn't have even thought of a year ago, because I've been here in LA for my 25 years of existence. I didn't catch my first plane ride till I was 22, and I've just gotten comfortable with my life here. And especially in the past couple of years, moving out, getting my own apartment, I've been cooped up in this apartment since the beginning of 2024, and I've had really no reason to go anywhere. I've just been comfortable, and it never really crossed my mind going to another state for something like that. I mean, I did go to other places. I went to Orlando, for the theme parks, but like for something like this, something that was pure, like for my self-development, and like something that would challenge me, because obviously like vacation, going to a theme park, vacation, going somewhere. This was more like a business trip, if you want to call it that. But the best part is that it didn't feel like that. It felt like a vacation. And so, like I said, I've been so comfortable in my apartment here, and I was just in a routine, go to the gym, do some work, read, your typical self-improvement advice. And it was like I was living on Groundhog Day. There was no depth. It was just gym, work, sleep, repeat. That was it. And I was in a relationship at that time. And, I was also in a band at maybe a year. It was about a year ago. I would say from the end of 2024 to like the summer of 2025. There was a period of time where the spark of my relationship had just dwindled. I didn't hang out with many friends, and I was so obsessive towards these goals of getting to a certain body fat percentage and making a business work. And that was all I cared about. Business, fitness, business, fitness. That was it. My entire life revolved around that. I literally stopped playing music, which is one of the most important things in my life since I was 11 years old. Didn't play music. All I did was gym, work, gym, work, gym, work. And guess what? I barely moved an inch. I actually gained weight, and I didn't make a single dollar, and didn't even start a proper business. I just jumped from model to model. And it's kind of ironic. Like, I had pedestalized my goals to the point that my self-worth was so attached to them. If I didn't make this work, if I didn't get to a certain weight, if I didn't do this and this, then I'm just a failure. And that's the way I lived for about 9 months. That is the way that my mind operated. And my relationship ended up falling apart. My friends, I didn't see them. I was just kind of alone, or at least I felt that way. And here I am with these goals that are so ambitious, but the work I was putting in was like barely moving the needle. And now I fast forward to today. These past couple of months, my life has completely 180'd. I started saying yes to the invitations. I started saying yes to, let's go out and hang out. Let's go to that place. Let's do this. I started having a level playing field with me and my goals. The gym and business is not my entire life anymore. I love working out. I cut my workouts down. I was going 6 days a week. Now I'm going 3. I love going to the gym. I love working out. But I made it the forefront of my life, and same with business. Guess what happened? As soon as I took the pressure off of myself, as soon as I realized that there's more to me than just the gym and business and stuff like that, guess what happened? I started losing fat. I started having more energy and sleeping better. I started getting more subscribers. I started getting comments and messages from people. really kind words that people would send me, comments on videos, Instagram DMs. And then I found the community that I would eventually fly to meet up with in person. If I didn't shift my thinking and say, hey, you know what? This isn't my entire life. It's just a part of me. And I had enough time to reflect because I ended up breaking up with my girlfriend and I was kind of in a weird place. And I had time to really reflect and be like, okay, what do I actually want? And so started picking up the piano again, the guitar again, reconnected with a really good friend of mine. Now we're starting a project together to release music and perform. And I started going to the gym less and followed a very specific routine that is just very minimalist and simple. Started making my diet a little bit more sustainable and more enjoyable. Started doing a certain amount of work a day and have a schedule that I can keep up with. And having time for myself to perform my music and practice my music, to watch a movie if I feel like it, to play a game if I feel like it, to go out with friends and to be more social. And then it led me to this weekend. I decided, fuck it. I'm never gonna have a chance like this again. I've always wanted to go to Chicago and try their deep dish pizza, so why the fuck not? Like, what is actually stopping me? Like, I can afford it. What is stopping me, really? It was fear. It was anxiety of, like, what's on the other side of this? And boy, I am so glad I made this decision. It was one of the best investments I could have made for myself because I'm not used to traveling that much, especially by myself. This is a bold move. I said, fuck it. And I bought the ticket for the event, bought the ticket for the flight, booked the hotel, and said, fuck it, I'm doing this. Now that I bought it, there's no way of going back. Because a couple days before, the day before, I was like, I wonder if I can get a refund. And like, I'm feeling kind of uneasy. Like, do I really want to go? I said, fuck it. I went, and I'm really glad I did. And that's what inspired me to make this video. Because if you're somebody who has something in their head that they want to do, and you know you want to do it deep down, but you're just so scared, and you're afraid of failure or rejection or whatever may lie ahead, the unknown, this is your sign to do it. Start the YouTube channel, start the business, book the flight, ask the girl out, try out that new hobby, do it. I'm telling you, from somebody who is or who has been such a homebody and such a not really trying to do new things and kind of used to the routine and like comfortable, do it. I'm telling you now, it will really change your life. This is the one thing that I've done that has got me out of my shell. And so I'm going to throw up some probably pictures and videos of, where I went and what I did. And I just want to say, like, thank you to all the guys that were there. I'm really glad I met you guys. I'm glad you hung out with me. And again, shout out to James, absolute legend, for hosting the event. But yeah, like, I would have never experienced any of these things or gotten to meet people who had the same morals and same values and outlook on life and the same goals. And it just felt like a really great sense of community. And like, we need more of that. And that's what I'm trying to build here. I want shorter guys to come around and just like be there for each other and like have like lifelong friendships with each other. That is the main mission of this channel. And eventually one day I'm going to have my own community, my own probably school community. And it is my dream to have like a meetup, to have one of these. This inspired me to eventually have my own meetup one day. And I hope this video inspires you to chase that dream, to chase that goal that you want, not to pedestalize it. Don't pedestalize it, because as soon as you do that, it becomes further and further away from you. But if you can put yourself on a level playing field with your goal and say, you know what, I can do it. I'm not going to make it my whole life. I'm going to live day by day and do the few things that move the needle for me. But I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to incorporate self-improvement, but incorporate fun. I'm going to have a work balance. I'm going to be able to enjoy my life, but discipline myself enough that I can grow. And if you can think like that, and you can take more risks and do things that you wouldn't do normally, your life will absolutely change. And I'm so excited for the future of this channel and the future of the community that I will build, because this really just inspired me to do the same thing. And if there's anything you take away from this video, take more risks. Do the thing you're putting off. I know you've heard it before a million times, but have you actually tried it? Have you actually done it? Because I was the guy who heard that and never did anything. I was the guy who would hear that and say, oh yeah, like I'm gonna do that thing, and then just like never do it. But then I did that thing. I actually did it. And I'm honestly proud of myself for that. And you can have that same sense of pride and accomplishment if you do it too. Because let me tell you, before this, I was the guy who didn't hang out with his friends, who ended up breaking up with his girlfriend, and just not doing a whole lot, and thinking he was right and better than everyone else because he was on the self improvement path. Like, no, don't be that guy. Don't be vain. Don't be arrogant. Be the guy that people want to be around. Become the best version of yourself, but enjoy the process. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you do not enjoy the process of self improvement and growth, you will not enjoy the destination. You won't. You will feel very empty at the end. And that's the path that I was heading towards. That's where I was like 6 months ago. And now I'm fucking loving this process. I love coming up with ideas, posting these videos, meeting new people, and taking chances because that is what growth is. And if you can't enjoy that, you might as well say goodbye to your dreams because there's no point in pursuing it if you don't enjoy it while you're pursuing it. And so that's going to be it for this video. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. And if you're still here at the end of the video, you're a fucking legend. So thank you. And I hope this video helped you in some way, shape, or form. So I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.